Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to this very special episode of the Laser Source podcast. I'm joined by so many people today. It's kind of ridiculous. Yes, we are live. If you're wondering and you're here and you're confused about that, this is live. We don't usually do the podcast live, but this is just a really special day. We're looking back on the first year of Laser Everything, the first year of the Laser Source podcast. We've got a ton of people with me really quick. I'm just going to roll through them super fast. Alex Campbell from Etchified is here. What's up, Alex? And we've got Geo here. We've got jmac for the first time ever, guys. We got jmac on the podcast. So excited to have him. Lithgow is here. Patrick is here. Tacky is here. Tony is here. Kyle is here. Tyler is here. Everybody's here. And we're so excited to hang out with you guys for the next 2 hours. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Not everybody talk at once.
I don't expect. Yeah, let me just start this off by saying that I have zero expectations for this to be organized in any fashion whatsoever. So if we're all just kind of talking over each other and acting like idiots, that's fine with me. I really don't care.
Time out.
I'm keeping an eye on live chat. We've got a lot of people kind of lined up, hanging out. Nannerpuss is here. Matt B. Jimmy's here. Rick's here from UV Laserworks. Yep, Sam's here. A to Z Geek, what's up? P-Dub, Chris King, Jason Anderson, Wendy Phillips. Hey, Wendy. Mr. Manzy Pants, of course, as always. And that is the chat participants. There's probably even more watching. But yeah, guys, welcome to this live stream. I literally came into this today with just like nothing in the chamber. I don't even know
Listen,
where to start. What?
All I gotta say is, if you're watching,
is it on YouTube? Is it?
Buckle in.
Buckle in.
All right.
That's right. Hey, you're the only one who has dinner reservations tonight, so you better talk while you can, man.
Dude, it's all right, man. I'll let y'all do the talking. I talk too much.
Do you have the thing to show everybody? You know, just
shit! Hey,
just get that out of your way now.
Listen, y'all know me and the thing I do, but I gotta show y'all something, man. I'm proud. This year, though, I am really proud of one thing that I did. The damn alligator, y'all. Y'all see that? I do this every time, so get used to it. I do this. You know, I can send you the file, and you can try it, but I always carry it with me.
That's the second best thing you own after Sir Henry.
Goddamn right. Sir Henry's chilling downstairs, man. He's kids are running him. So
Daniel just signed up for the little $1 YouTube tier. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that.
Hey, look at that.
Damn, Daniel.
Questions, man. We need questions. Everybody. Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing you guys are kind of proud of this year, man. Just personally. I mean, it could be your business or whatever. Just one little thing.
You start.
Whatever. Just one little thing. Me, to be honest. I mean, it might sound like really cliche, I guess. I'm proud of this group, man. For real. Seriously. It kind of
mine. Yeah,
I know it's probably gonna be for everybody. But the reason I got into lasering was because I was like watching YouTube and I was like, you know what? I want to do that to guns. And that's how I ended up with a 50 watt. And then I found a group and found a lot of paywalls, and it's just like, what is this? And then I finally landed on Laser Everything, and hey, we're here. So to be honest, it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. It's the goddamn truth. So,
and it all happened quick.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah,
the community grew quick.
Yeah, there was definitely a vacuum, I think.
Yeah, we have a ton of talented people. Like it's just, people think it's just hitting F2 and going, but there's way beyond that. Like way more than that. And that's the thing that this whole group brings. You know, you got people like Geo that digs into things, and Tacky, and like those are the technical guys, man. All I do is just hit F2. That's all I know.
Everybody on the screen right now is here because they've gone out of their way and taken an exceptional amount of their time and energy to help people that need it. And I think we've all got kind of like our specialty things going on, you know, for sure. I mean, just for example, like, I mean, you know, Alex is Tumblr King over here. Geo's got the technical end of things covered. You know, Patrick, we've got like Axeman, like everybody's got like a thing. You know, and I think just between all of us, like we kind of cover everything. I certainly would never be able to do it on my own. So thank you to all of you guys for, just being a part of the community, being staff members, and making contributions, because you guys are the community. Without you, there'd just be 1,000 angry people, almost 2,000. Are we at 2,000 yet? 2,000 angry people in the Discord irritated with me that I can't answer all of their questions. I have to check that now. Is somebody checking? I'm curious.
But you know what? Even not just staff, but man, there's some really talented people in like the Discord. Period.
Yeah.
Like there's
for sure.
yeah, there's people, man. I've seen the work of like some people's coins, and I'm like, oh my god, like you really did that? And I'm trying to take notes over here. Like I'm supposed to be the master of coins, and I'm like, wow, look at that coin. So there's some really talented folks out there. Things that I've seen on Discord have inspired, what I could do, throughout the day. So some of the things that I do, it's inspired by some of y'all on the Discord. So appreciate it.
There's 2,000
people on the Discord
by the way.
People on Discord aren't afraid to help either, as opposed to other social media, Facebook groups. So we don't have mean people. We don't have bullies. We have a pretty good community here.
No, the people on screen deal with the bullies swiftly when they arrive.
Never really had a problem with bullies, so like other social, Facebook and whatnot. All the time we've got bullies and people try to act smart, but we don't really get it on the Discord. It's completely different community.
Yeah,
I think
we've had a couple come in, but
but
Alex said, we get rid of them
they don't
when
last
we
long.
need to.
Yeah, the
They have
staff
been swiftly dealt
filter.
with.
We're pretty active as far as community management goes, I would say. So if you haven't already joined the Discord, go join the Discord, because it's free. It doesn't cost anything. There's a link down in the description. Wendy Phillips says, you guys are awesome. All the help you give everyone is unbelievable. Thanks, Wendy. It's really nice. Yeah. It's nice to hear.
I have to say, it's all course of this guy up here. Hopefully, I'm pointing at the right person.
Yeah, you pointing. He's right here.
All I did was
there he is right there.
All I did was bring the people together. You guys are the ones that are doing a ton of the work. Everybody's like, oh, your stuff is so amazing. We mostly cover like basic stuff on the channel. It's not that in depth. Yeah. I'm not that much smarter than everybody watching the videos. I'm just another person with a fiber laser, and I just happen to be a couple steps ahead. There's a ton of stuff that I do not understand about this equipment, and I'm learning just like everybody else is. And as I learn new things, I try to get videos up on those topics. But even just like Tony was saying, like I've learned so much from our Discord community in the short time that it's been up. And a lot of that stuff is videos that you guys have seen, and you're like, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I'm like, I just learned it too. Like I don't like have all this knowledge like in my head all the time. I'm constantly referencing things on the Discord and the LMA, even the LMA, where people are paying to become members. Like that information on there, I'm referencing it all of the time. You just can't keep all this crap in your head. You can't do it. Nobody can do it. I mean, Geo maybe, but nobody else.
No.
So if Geo can't do it,
I would love to.
Yeah. If Geo can't do it, I think we're all out of luck on that. So, I mean, it's not, I mean, I think the biggest feat that any of us have probably overcome is just our willingness to be in front of a camera. It's probably the hardest part. Because like I said,
it's like being in person, man.
Yeah, we're just learning just as fast as you guys are. We're just like literally like a couple steps ahead. Let's see.
Oh, let's get it out. Let's get it in record here. You don't always get it right 100%.
I rarely get things right.
Just putting it on record because we have some issues.
So I have this massive rolling Google Keep document that I have of just episodes that I want to make for the channel, and the first 12 to 15 of them for 2022 are update episodes from videos from last year. Because again, we're all still learning here. I don't think anybody knows everything about these machines.
I think you're still learning. Like there was a few of us that were here when you first started with the UV laser. We were all watching you do that, and that first hour of you playing around with settings, seeing what you could do, and then was it 1 or 2 days later, you released an episode on this is what you can do. And
Yeah.
it was chalk and cheese compared to what it was like initially. But watching that learning process was really actually very interesting.
Yeah, that's something that I want to do more of. I was hesitant with the UV laser because of the train wreck that was the CO2 Galvo when I first got that.
Yeah.
And Alex, this Alex right here, hadn't educated me on beam expanders and like head sizes yet. And I was so angry because the dot size was so big and it was such a disaster. And I didn't want any kind of like snags to come up again like that while we were like live unboxing the thing. So we did do like a short thing with just a couple staff members where we kind of unboxed it and tested out the waters. But after doing that, I felt better and wished that we had done it with an audience, because I feel like other people would have gotten something out of that too. But I definitely want to do more. One of the most common questions that we get is like, how do you come up with the settings? And it's such a simple question, but it's such a difficult answer. And I think the best way to do that with people is to just like do it on the channel. The UV will be a great opportunity for that, because there's so many different plastics that I want to try, and so many other different materials. We talk about it all the time. The UV can mark everything. That's a lot of settings to find. And it's the machine that I know the least about in this entire shop. So being able to do some live streams, both LMA and public, we'll do more Friday live days and stuff like that. And just kind of like working through that and like forcing it, like kind of brute forcing our way through like finding settings, I think will be a really, really positive thing for people going forward. Chat's going nuts.
You'll be able to do that with the MOPO when it comes in too.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. That's another thing. So one of the things, first, really quick, Matt B says, y'all are on the big TV tonight. We're on big TV. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So we got to keep it PG.
What's up, Matt and fam?
That's right.
Right?
Jason says he gets it less than 100% of the time. It's true. Like,
That's a good one.
Like
That's a good one.
73% correct is like my average for an average video.
Learn
Jimmy
to learn.
Jimmy
60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah. Jimmy says, I knew absolutely O before I met Alex. Not 0 O. Matt B says, burn to learn, baby.
Why is Jimmy not on video?
We got permission from Matt to go hot. Boys, we're going hot tonight.
Steve Studio says, first live stream I've ever been able to attend. Welcome, Steve. Glad that you could hang out with us tonight. I just realized we're doing like 2 hours of this. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. What were we talking about?
And no itinerary.
Was it important?
Yeah.
We were just talking
We started with Tony saying what he was thankful for this year. I don't know if we want to continue that.
I do. Yeah, let's go back to that, because whatever I was going to talk. Oh, no. Thank you. You talked, and that reminded me. Really quick, I do just want to mention, if you guys check out after the stream or whatever, or in the description, it's actually, I linked it in the description, Gio's first YouTube video ever is being published before the new year. I'm saying it out loud, so now you have to do it.
Yep.
It's going to be about, what's it going to be about?
It's going to be about laser parameters, describing what the power, frequency, pulse width do, and how to manipulate them, and what results you get.
That's all way over my head.
That's
so
it.
Gio's the person that you're going to want to go to for that information. If you haven't already subscribed to Gio's channel, go do so. It's called Maker Theory. He's got like 24 subscribers right now. I would like that to be like 240 by the end of the night. So go subscribe to Gio's channel, because you really don't want to miss that. But yeah, so what else what do you guys, I think Tony asked, what are you guys like really proud of from this last 12 months? Let's go, so I don't forget, because we're going to start bouncing around. Let's just go in box order here. So Alex Campbell, you would be next. You had a big year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty interesting journey this whole year. So like I just 2020 October, I quit my full-time job, and so really the beginning of 2021 was really the beginning of me starting out on my own. And I think probably my biggest thing this year was, of course, taking delivery of the big Galvo. the big 3D Galvo,
Yeah.
and then sort of working on that, and like talk about like a learning curve, right? Like you just sort of you watch all the videos you can before it arrives, and then the day that it hit the ground running, I had an order of 300 cups I had to run with different names on each one, right? So that's been a pretty big one, and then of course then moving to my new shop, and being in there has been also then a real eye opener. Hiring an employee, so I've had now for 6 months I've had an employee, and actually close to Christmas I had two employees working with me. So we had a seasonal person. So it's been a big year, and I just like to say also like, I'm not trying to copy Tony here, although that's sort of what I like to do. But
right.
like I'm also thankful that I've been able to find this community, because it's been pretty neat. Like I've throughout the years had lots of hobbies. Like I was in sort of early years of like DSLR lighting, and a lot of DIY DSLR video stuff, and 3D printing, Arduino, CNC routers and stuff. And it's always neat to be part of one of these communities where you finally sort of find your group of people that are willing to be open, triumphs, share mistakes, and really sort of like push forward. And I think that's something that's probably lost on a lot of us, is that really a few years ago, it's probably not that long ago, like I mean, like laser cutters in people's houses is a very, very new thing, right? So I think that although we all sort of feel that we're in this weird area, I think in a lot of cases, people, especially for people running like very small businesses or even like home-based businesses, is probably a lot of stuff that's like revolutionary, right? Or like people that are doing stuff for the first time. It's not like someone has everything figured out and like they're magically like sitting on it somewhere. It's like a lot of this stuff is probably being figured out for for the first time, right? So I think it's been pretty awesome to be able to watch a community sort of come together and do that. So yeah, it's been overall a great year. I'm sick of looking at tumblers though, so I'm definitely going to be expanding my lineup, and look forward to having a bit of a head start when my UV laser shows up here in a couple months.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really awesome to see. I want to see the same like fluid process that you have down on those tumblers for like glass is going to be immense.
He's a process, man.
I'm really excited to see that. Really quick before we move on to Geo. Geo's going to be next. I just want to catch up on chat. A to Z Geek is asking, do you plan on doing more with your CO2 laser next year? Love my fiber and use it a lot, but want more projects for my CO2. Yeah, the Mira 9 is coming. We have the Mira 9 coming. It's so exciting. So we are absolutely 100% going to be doing a ton of work on that as we kind of like, sink our teeth into it. And I'm just going to push that thing to its absolute max. So lot of CO2 stuff coming up really, really soon. Matt B says, shout out to Alex for talking to me for an hour about cups and lasers and dynamic text and all kinds of shit one day. There you go, Alex. Matt B is very grateful. A to Z Geek says, awesome. Okay, we're caught up on chat. Geo, big year for you too, man. What are you proud of this year?
I've got a few things, I guess. Getting my laser to not be a paperweight. That is huge, since I had it for probably about a year before I found your channel. So that was awesome to be able to get that going and actually make some projects that I've been wanting to do and just couldn't figure out how to do.
Yeah.
Which I know sounds funny. I understand the technical aspects of what the source is doing, but to make it do something that looks aesthetically pleasing was beyond me. So
yeah, and you started with a MOPA too, so I mean that's like a whole nother layer of complexity right out of the gate.
Yeah, so I did a lot of research on that, and between my research and what I learned from you has been huge. I think the biggest thing is getting in front of a camera and talking to people and actually moving forward with my own channel. That's scary for me.
Yeah. Yeah. it's really hard to put yourself out in front of like a ton of people, and it's going to be really accelerated for you too. I got to kind of warm up because when I started, it was like very small amounts of people watching my videos. But I feel like with the kind of like Laser Everything community and the Discord community at your back, it's going to be like a lot really fast. So that can be overwhelming for sure, but you're going to kill it, dude. I'm sure you're going to do great.
You got a wealth of knowledge to share too.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's the podcast has been a big help with that. So just finally just saying, I'm going to do it. Even though I didn't have I had my terrible GoPro webcam on the first few episodes that was cutting in and out.
Ooh, did we get content out of that?
I remember the GoPro day. Yeah, we still have a sticker to this day on the Discord. Yeah, extended Geo.
Bro, that was the funniest shit ever.
That was a good one. Yeah, man. Well, I'm sure you're going to do great. I want everybody, again, one more time, if you guys haven't already subscribed to Geo's new channel, Maker Theory, there's a link next to his name down in the description, so go subscribe to that. jmac, you're up next, man. What are you proud of this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I'm kind of echoing what everyone else is just saying, but just the journey we've all come on so quickly, so fast. The amount of learning that we've done. I only got my fiber laser last November. So from that to earning a lot of money with it per week, you know, it's over such a short period of time. It's just quite amazing, really. Also, from not being able to do anything at all on Adobe Illustrator, knowing what I want to do, but just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating, but now I can do all that because of the videos with yourself, you know. It's just, it's really refreshing to be able to pick it up, know what I want to do, and do it. It's just, it feels good, you know. So.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. I said this many times and I stand by it. I think Illustrator is the much steeper learning curve between Illustrator and like laser software. I think Illustrator is the real nightmare. If you have a background in like graphic design, raster editing, vector editing, things like that, you know, you pick it up pretty quick because you know what you're looking for. But if you're coming into it fresh, with a new laser, like the Illustrator's the challenge, man. Learning Illustrator's the real challenge. Laser software is pretty basic compared to the number of things that can overwhelm you with like vector editing and things like that. So I totally feel that 100%. Let me just check chat really quick.
There's a question in there.
Yeah, hit me with it. Do you see it?
Yeah.
I'm a slow reader.
Ordered a 50-watt fiber. So excited. Ivan.
There's a couple that have by the looks,
Geo, Ivan got a
you gonna be
laser.
Find everything and engrave whatever you can find, man. Just grab it. Even if it's not fiber, just grab it and do it.
That was literally me for like the first week I had my fiber laser. I was literally like, what the hell can I, like the back of my phone case, I did like my name on it.
Yeah. Mine too, look.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, look.
My wife.
I've got stuff bird everywhere, same thing.
Yeah.
My wife probably remembers the first week that we opened up the shop here, I left Walmart with an overflowing shopping cart just full of like garbage, just like every different material. Like I didn't even care what the items were. Just I tried to cover like all of the materials as fast as I possibly could.
Question. Marshawn, what features or wish was possible to add to your lasers?
Like what do we want to add? Well, yeah. So, I mean, the first one would be like light burn for Galvo lasers. I think everybody in this room would agree with that, right? Where is it?
Yeah,
we
for
want
sure.
it so bad.
New software.
It's on a wish list.
It's on a wish list, man. We can just, let's all like hope and like maybe if we just like close our eyes and like wish for it like really, really hard all at the same time, like it might like apparate. That would be great. Are there any other features missing from the laser systems that you guys like really wish? Just like really quick, just rattle them off because we don't have time to go through the whole.
I'd like autofocus and not have to pay a crap ton to get the
feature, but
capability.
it doesn't crash every time.
Just as a standard feature. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind doing the crap, but it's just sometimes I get started and I'm like, why isn't it marking? I'm like, oh, not focused.
Yeah.
Start over.
I wish Project Mark was a little bit more 3D-ish, even though we have EasyCAD too.
Yeah, the Project Mark stuff. Yeah. That would be nice too. Also, once you try to evolve past Project Mark, it gets expensive like very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But true, dude. True. Very true. And I think, man, I just cross your fingers for Lightburn, guys. Let's dream for that together.
Scanner on it. Like a
Have
3D
faith,
scanner.
my young lads.
Eh?
I'm going to keep scanning chat over here, guys. I'm looking. I'm watching chat. I'm going to try to get to everybody. But let's go. You're up next. What are you proud of this year, man?
Do you want to jump to Tony because he's a little bit time sensitive?
Tony started.
Oh no, we good. Go ahead. No,
Tony
started.
first.
Yeah, sure,
I made
Yeah,
Tony,
let's do it.
Tony go first because it was his idea.
Yeah, I went first already. Hey.
Yeah, cool.
Anyways, go ahead.
Big thing for me is just the community. I've learned so much from the community, Alex's as well as other people's videos. And the big thing that I've taken from this is not to be afraid to try something new. I haven't done leather until I seen a video from Alex. First leather thing that I did came up perfectly. Not being afraid, just try things. And I've got, probably a bucket or two full of failed designs, failed urns, but every one of those has been a learning experience. And you'll have to excuse my voice, guys, because it's, some of them been an absolute failure.
Yeah. I know Alex Campbell has his shelf. Just tumblers.
I can't even describe when we were doing, in the run up to Christmas, we were doing about on average about 300 pieces a day, and like even a 1% scrap rate, it's 4 cups at a time. Yeah, and when it's like a legit mistake, it's okay. When it's like something you do and it's like an issue that you have and it's just a dumb oversight, that's what hurts. So biggest one hitting.
That's a learning
hitting
experience about making oversights.
Hitting F2 before you go into rotary mark. If you're using the on EasyCAD, that's the big one that has killed many expensive cup for me.
Yep, I've done that too. You got anything else? Let's go. You good?
Nah, that's it.
Patrick, Sir Patrick, you got a big list of accomplishments this year too, man. What are you proud of?
I'd have to say, of course, the community first. Before I had my fiber laser, I'd never used Illustrator, never really used Photoshop, didn't really know what a vector was. Of course, I didn't know anything about laser settings, but fast forward 6 months, and here we are, and I'm doing axes, I'm doing parts for a company that makes gun parts and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be at this point at this rate if it wasn't for Laser Everything.
The community has definitely gotten us a good deal.
Good answer.
Away further.
I take that.
All of us together. So I'm super grateful for that too, man. That is a good answer.
And the way that we push each other to do better, and at the same time we're pushing each other like a friendly competition, we're also supporting each other and providing tips and tricks. So nobody's selfish. That's I'm thankful for that too.
Yeah, attest to that, man.
You make it sound way more friendly than it is. I mean, it's very friendly between you guys, but what I see from behind my desk is I'm like a week behind on jobs at the shop. I'm like a week behind on like videos for the channel. And then you guys are in here like, I'm going to replace all of my stepper motors with hybrid motors. And it just,
I swear,
it just explodes into like this gigantic thread of like how to replace your hybrid motors. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like trying to take notes. I'm like keeping track. I have like a list of all the projects you guys have started, because you guys all have like your various projects throughout the staff channels and stuff that you're working on. And I'm trying to like pick little pieces of them like here and there, and I'm just like drenched in anxiety. But no, you're totally right. We all push each other to try new things and then learn more stuff all the time, and that's definitely one of the greatest things. That's where a great many number of the Laser Everything YouTube videos has come from, was just staff conversations that got fleshed out into a video. Absolutely. So 100%, man. 100%. Tacky.
Goddamn Tack. Hi,
What?
Tacky. High five. Come on, man. You're right, dude. The other way. Please go the other way.
You go the other
I'm
way.
on the other way on mine.
I know.
You go the other way too, Tony.
Hey, Taxter, bro. It's been a while. Anyways,
Taggy, what are you proud of
The
this year,
videos
bro?
are in a different order on YouTube than they are on Discord. So
They are, yeah.
no, but it looks good for my view, so that's why I was like, yo, over here this way.
As long as Tony's happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I only got 15 minutes, but yeah.
I'll talk fast.
No, you
yeah,
good. I'm not next.
To echo what everyone else has said, finding the community that Alex has set up, it's been really good for me personally. I was in one of those funks where, I was just doing school and work constantly, and I didn't have a real outlet to be creative. And I've always had one in some form or another, most of my life. And I was just in that funk, and honestly don't even remember how I got started, but I've been fascinated by lasers since I was a kid. Watching Star Wars, laser swords, I was like, yeah. One day, we might get close, but I'm playing with lasers now, and I think that, that's really cool. And being able to think up something and, with the input from you guys, with the community, like the community contests and stuff, seeing what other people are able to do just really gets those creative juices flowing. Not that I ever get a great chance to, what I'm thinking of turns into something amazing, because I'm always going to be really critical of myself. But the fact that, I can go, oh, I have an idea that would be really cool to make, and then using a laser to do that, this year has been really good for me because of that. And I'm really thankful for the community for what it has done for me.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, imagine, as you're talking about this, I'm thinking to myself, like, how did the people with the first, printers feel? Not even 3D printers,
right?
Just regular printers. You know what I mean? Like, they could just draw something up on a computer. They could just print it. Dude, super cool. Very, very awesome. Very, very awesome. Kyle, Mr. Kyle.
Yo.
What's going on, bro?
Hey.
What are you proud of this year? And it better be that gigantic beast in your basement.
It is one of the things I'm very proud of this year. Yes. Not to mimic everybody, but this community is something I'm very thankful for. The community is killer. Surrounding yourself with good people is important. People you can talk to, rely on, bounce ideas off of is always a great thing. I also got and took a delivery for a 1000 by 600 millimeter or a 24 by 40 roughly machine. So very thankful for that.
Big boy.
Got to really start practicing the things I've been learning the theoretical knowledge behind for years now. So it's a big relief to start trying the things that I've been wanting to try, and it's a good time.
It's like the dam is broken for you, right? It's been building up for so long, and just the floodgates open, and you can finally just do all the stuff. That must have been just immensely frustrating, waiting those last couple of days for that machine to show up. It's
like theoretically living in the desert for years and then finally going to a place that has a pool.
Totally.
But it's a great time, and again, bouncing ideas off of friends and people in the community has really helped out. And yeah,
that's awesome, man. That's really great. Tyler, you've had a big year too, man. You've taken things from 0 to 60 fairly quickly.
Definitely. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited about the business. Basically, in July, I got a wild hair up my ass. I'm like, I'm going to buy a laser. Talking to some people at work, and they're like, hey, there's nowhere around here that does any kind of custom cups. Like, you can't go get a Yeti etched here anywhere because they don't do the rotary thing. I'm like, I could probably do that. Let me look at it. I literally did maybe 5 hours of research and then bought a laser.
Nice.
So I jumped straight into it. And I'll never forget, I was watching a couple YouTube videos on how to run the rotary. Number one, on what settings that I have to use to make it rotate. I couldn't even figure it out. There was nothing that was sent with the laser. So a couple of the videos I was watching, the guy was like, oh yeah, you're just going to have some lines throughout your cup as it rotates. Those are unavoidable. And I'm like, there's got to be a way around that. There's no way you're just going to have a random, 2 millimeter line in the middle of your engraving.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And then like 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks after I got my laser, I finally found Alex's channel, and it was the rotary setup video. It was like the very first video that I saw. I'm like, damn, this worked. Like, I didn't have to do anything else. I just put the settings in. You know, he even walked through like opening up your laser housing and checking your dip switches on your little stepper motor driver. You know, figuring out exactly what settings you need to put into EasyCAD, and yeah.
Yeah,
So
that specific video, I get a ton of credit for that video. And the secret about the how to set up your rotary tool video is that an hour before it was filmed, I was panicked in a video chat with Tacky and Tony, and they walked me through it. They walked me through it step by step, and I get all of the credit for doing the work for that. And that is just simply not the case. Tacky and Tony taught me how to do that an hour before that episode was filmed. It's great that
Tony and I were like brainstorming like for
hours,
3 or 4 hours. We just had our cameras focused on the rotaries, and we're like, "Hey, let's try this," and just
trying shit. Like, hey, here's the guy, Game of Thrones dragon. I sent the file to Tacky, and it was like, "Yo, just fucking try it. Whatever you do, tell me to see if it works." And we were just hours, dude, just burning shit.
And then at the very end, like that was 5 minutes before that phone call ended, I popped in and I was like, "All right, guys, show me how to do it." So that was a massive credit to Tacky and Tony for that episode. Just like, I mean, that's the point, right? We've come all the way through, and we're back to me. And the thing that I'm proud of, obviously, is Laser Everything. We just hit 10,000 fucking subscribers. That's insane. That's a really, really big number of people. That's a big number of people for a YouTube channel that's been around for 3 years. That's a big number of people. And we've been doing this for like 6 months now. The reason it's successful is because of all of you guys. You've all made your little contributions to the videos that everybody knows and everybody loves and everybody thinks is so, useful and vital to the laser space. All of these little pieces that build up those videos, just like the fiber one with the rotary tool, came from these faces right here. And that's why this works. That's why we're successful. That's why the Discord server has over 200 members. That's why the LMA just passed 850, by the way, which is just like, wow. Yeah, that's nutty. But nice. That's why it works. Because what we do, that you guys don't see a lot of it, but what we do behind the staff channels, you guys do for each other in the general areas, right? Like, I mean, you guys do that on the LMA, you do that in YouTube comments, you do that in the Discord server, and that interaction between you, that's what I'm proud of. I'm proud that we could build something together that is so effective. It's just such a well-oiled machine for like solving problems. We've had people with crazy problems that I just like, I've literally, I've seen some questions in Discord where I've just looked at it and I'm like, nope. Like just like way over my head, and you guys figure it out on your own. Like very quickly. Some of the worst problems that I've seen have been solved in like 3 or 4 days. And that's really special. So that's what I'm proud of. But yeah.
And don't think just because, we're staff, we're like, we know everything, but we collectively get information from everywhere we can pull it from. Like, it's not like we're like the gurus of everything. We literally just bounce ideas between each other's. We're all in this group, we should just be one. If you're strong in an area, help your brother out. Hey, I can confidently like say, if whenever I had like a business question, and yeah, granted, I'm not making thousands of dollars, but Alex Campbell, if I had a question about, hey, I have this issue, what should I do for X, Y, and Z? Alex Campbell will, hey, this is what I do. Like here, it's like, really, you really gonna tell me that? So it's like, it's kind of, we're open here. It's just the way we run things. So I'm really appreciate that.
Yeah, totally. And that's how things are going to stay going forward. We've got a lot of really big stuff coming this year, and I'm incredibly excited for it. I think one of the first things that I guess we can talk about now, we haven't really talked about this in public yet, but there's going to be, you guys are going to start seeing some guest episodes on the Laser Everything channel, which is pretty exciting. I think Alex is going to spearhead that. Tony, you've got something in the works, right?
Yep.
Patrick might be doing a guest episode soon. Yep. Covering a variety of topics that these people are, that they've specialized in. They've given, a huge chunk of their time to really, really nail down. There's going to be those guest episodes, and you're going to be able to pop onto Laser Everything and watch it and walk away with knowledge on the topic that they want to talk about. Because I just can't do everything. I can't. There's just too much. There's too many topics.
You laser everything.
But you're Laser Everything, man.
I should change the name. Should change the name of the channel to Laser Anything, because I don't have 8 hands. But yeah, having these guys,
laser.
having these guys on the channel, and sharing their knowledge directly with you guys is something that's going to be really, really awesome to share with you. And then if you want to take it a step further, and we still haven't ironed out all the details about this yet, but it's the new year. We're going to have courses. There's going to be courses that you can take that are going to, each of those respective people that published a guest episode will have a course, either on the LMA or available for like direct purchasing. We're still working on the details. We'll deep dive into that topic that they did their guest episode on and really get into the nitty gritty of how every little step of that process is supposed to go. And you guys will be able to, walk away with that info too. So those are 2 really, really big, exciting things that will develop over the first couple months here. Also, you guys send me so many emails and call me at work and at me on the Discord and send me DMs all the time asking if I'm doing coaching calls or consulting, and I am begrudgingly going to start doing that because some people just need that one-on-one experience, and that's fine. So that's coming too, just to say it out loud, because again, I don't think that I've really said that out loud yet. It's coming. I'm working on it with, it's like back end stuff. I'm just trying to work out the details, but it's coming. What do you guys, it's a big year coming up for Laser Everything, for the channel, for our businesses. Are you guys excited particularly for anything going forward? Do you want to round robin it again? We did the past, now we can do the future.
I see a question in the chat.
Oh yeah, hit me with it.
Yeah, question. Yeah, we got a question in the chat.
I see. Oh, my chat window's all goofy. It
was
about buying a 30-watt MOPA source, and to that I question what you're looking to do with it. If you're looking to try and do the colors that you see, be ready for a long journey as far as trying to get the colors. They're very, I've found them very difficult to achieve. Maybe Alex will have better insight on that. But a 30-watt, if you do a 30-watt MOPA, I would say go with an M7 JPT source, because that'll have the same capabilities as Alex, and then that he currently has, and then a little bit more. So if you want to do deep etching, I recommend trying to bump up to the 60 if you got the cash. But I understand that too. I have a 30-watt MOPA as well.
Yeah, definitely.
What is the max pulse on that?
On the 30. That's what I was going to ask too.
So on the M7s, it's 0.8, just like your LPE source.
Yeah.
I have an older M1, so mine's 0.5, which is why I can't etch hardly anything. But I'm also on a 175 lens, which I need to go to a smaller lens to do really any decent etching.
Sure. Yeah, something to keep an eye on. I'm sure pulse power is another topic that we need to cover at some point. We can sit here for the next hour and just talk about pulse power. So if you're confused by this discussion, stay tuned, because we'll have more information on that soon. Probably, again, through Maker Theory. That's a Maker Theory topic. And
yep.
Yeah, was that the only one? Do we have more? I honestly have not been looking at chat. I've just been looking at you guys being grateful, listening to your nice stories. And I have not been watching chat. Are we
in the same vein of picking up new stuff and maybe picking up a laser. Wendy shared some good information about going to your local thrift shops like Goodwills or whatever, pick up cheap stuff to learn on.
Nice.
So, stuff there.
James just now is asking, how many of you guys use EasyCAD 3? I have EasyCAD 3. Does anybody else have EasyCAD 3?
No, 2.
Me and JMac.
JMac?
Yeah, just me and JMac. It's rare.
Thought I had EasyCAD 3, but apparently I have 3DS, which is by Fieldtech. So it looks exactly. They've like ripped all the logos there, or all the button icons and everything, but it's 3DS.
Yeah, we figured that out
Oh,
eventually
worth the
because
extra money, to be honest.
from what I've seen, EasyCAD 3 doesn't even have like a project mark built in. You can't even do that on EasyCAD 3, which sucks.
It doesn't have plugins.
Yeah.
EasyCAD 3.
Yeah, no plugins. Yep. So
Yeah,
big.
it's all built in. Rotary is part of it, So,
There's definitely reasons to get EasyCAD 3, but they're becoming less valid over time, I think.
I don't think it's worth the $1,000 upgrade price.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's getting hard for me to recommend.
More than that, dude.
Yeah, it's more than that now, and the
Power supply.
like it undoubtedly runs smoother, undoubtedly. So if you just care about like the ease of use and smoothness, and you have a blank check, EasyCAD 3. But as far as everything else goes, there's a lot of parity, and EasyCAD 2 actually has like a couple more features in some regards. So
Got all the plugins.
it's a trickier question to answer these days. Just think about it. Join the Discord. We'll chat about it with you in the Discord. We could debate that all day.
Nick is asking, is EasyCAD better than Lightburn? And to answer that, they're two different things. EasyCAD is for Galvo-based systems, and Lightburn is for gantry-based systems at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Although you can, Lightburn has some nice trace features that you can use. Also, it has really good photo editing that you can do before you put it into EasyCAD. So I would.
Alex Campbell.
Alex Campbell is probably a great example, or a good person to testify to the uses of Lightburn with Galvo.
Yeah.
Lightburn, I think the biggest thing with Lightburn is that the DXF output from Lightburn is basically like 100% will work with EasyCAD. And the other big benefit to Lightburn over like an Illustrator, for instance, is that it does the filled rendering. So it'll actually show you, if you do the filled rendering on Lightburn, it'll show you how it will hatch in EasyCAD. I have a tracing workflow that goes with my personalization business. When people send me like the most garbage artwork, it goes right into Lightburn, like Alt-T, Enter, Alt-X to export. It's done. It's like 10 seconds in Lightburn for the most part, to trace and export it for EasyCAD. So it's just part of my like everyday workflow. Awesome for that.
There's a lot of reasons why somebody.
I think JMac uses Lightburn. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just saying there's a lot of reasons why somebody who only has a Galvo laser would still want to pick Lightburn up. It's a no-brainer for sure.
Another heavy user of Lightburn is JMac, right? For Slate, correct?
Sure, yeah. I use it with a camera as well, so it's really good. I mean, Lightburn is a great program, and it's so cheap as well. It's amazingly cheap for what you're getting, considering the price of Adobe and stuff like that. And it can pretty much hit all the stuff that Adobe can do. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw somebody mention that they'd gotten in chat EasyCAD 3 for the 3D feature. And since we're just sitting here getting into this, I figured I'd mention, if you have any plans to do any 3D stuff whatsoever, it has to be in EasyCAD 3. EasyCAD 2 has absolutely zero 3D support. There's no way to do that through Lightburn into EasyCAD 2 or just EasyCAD 2 in general. If you want to do 3D work, you have to use EasyCAD 3. Just wanted to throw that out there. I don't want somebody like ordering an EasyCAD 2 board and thinking they're getting a 3D laser, because you're not. So just
do your research. Don't just watch this video and say, hey, that sounds like a good idea. Look at Alex's channel. Look at all the research that other people have done into it first, please.
Yeah.
If you have any questions on that, you can always join the Discord and ask questions in the channels for it.
Yep.
We got you.
Yep, we sure do.
I played around with importing STL files into EasyCAD 2 and using that project face or whatever it's called. But it's a pseudo 3D that fun to play with, but it's not practical. So if you're relying on that for 3D, don't.
It's not for production work.
No.
Yeah. Yep. Sure. 100%. Let's see.
Hey, listen. I don't want to put on y'all's a pinch on y'all's toe, but I kind of gotta go in a second.
Dinner time.
Bye,
Everybody.
Tony.
All right. Big round of applause for Tony. Goodbye, Tony.
Hey.
God damn. Why y'all sending me off like that, man?
What? We love you, man.
Enjoy your dinner.
No, this is like get out of here. This is like I appreciate it, Pat. No,
Bye,
but let me
Tony.
handle this. This is like a hey, get out of here. There's someone in queue ready to come back in, like in here, like like a replacement, Tony. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all a little hint, little suckers. Y'all ain't gonna find a replacement, Tony. There's only one. All right.
We don't want more than one.
Hey, Tony, we like the things you do.
But we
Listen,
can't
man.
replace the alligator.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all cannot replace this. This is going down in history. Right here. This thing. Just letting y'all know. This fucking guy.
In other news, we are now holding auditions for a new Tony.
No, you can't. Listen,
I got you right here, dude. It's
January contest is your best Tony impression.
I don't.
You
I'm
have
sorry,
to actually have coins. Come on.
And
You
an
gotta
alligator.
love coins, man. You
Yep.
know what, Teeler? That's okay. I got you, Teeler. Don't worry about it.
Next time I see you on the podcast, I would like it if you would be eating something like dinner.
I'm about to go eat. I couldn't eat, but I am so hungry. Like, you don't understand. My stomach is eating itself right now. And I'm skinny. I'm a skinny, fat ass person. That's just the way it is. So I'm hungry, man.
Well, go
like
eat,
for real.
bro. Go eat.
But anyways, I'm
Tony
probably gonna
salute to
join
you,
through
sir.
mobile. I'm gonna join through mobile just to hear and pitch in when I can.
Okay.
But just know,
Bye, Felicia.
y'all have a good year. Love all of y'all. Everybody in Discord. Love the community. YouTube. Y'all be safe, all right?
Thanks, Tony. We appreciate
Love
you.
you,
Yeah, Tony. Thank you.
Hey, man, I'll be on mobile. I'll be listening in case y'all talking shit.
We
All
will
right.
be.
Goodbye, but not really bye.
I'll be back. Bye.
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 He gone yet?
Tony's not good at this.
No, he's still there. He's still there.
I kicked him.
Oh, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
So
All right.
sorry, guys. Just while we're on the topic of the 3D engraving, I think there's also something, and I can't explain the 2.5D, but there's a big difference between 3D focusing and like the 2.5D work that I think a lot of people think of. So I think when we're talking about like 2.5D engraving, you're talking about people that would be doing like a coin, for instance, and they want to like engrave a layer, then engrave a layer, then engrave a layer, then engrave a layer, and it essentially makes like a 3D relief carving versus the application is like a true 3D dynamic focus where the laser can actually focus in real time and basically increasing the effective depth of field of the lens. So for instance, on the system that I use, I have about 25 millimeters plus or minus on dynamic focus. So basically it allows me to engrave around the curve of a surface, or you could do a bowl, you could do a cone, you could do, you can import an STL file. So if you have something like a really weird shape or something that you want to engrave on the surface of, you can import an STL file. So there's differences between that, and you don't have to go to a full 3D setup if you want to do the relief engraving, which I think a lot of people mistake for true 3D lasers.
Matt B is asking, EasyCAD 3 can do curvature too, right? So like a good example would be like the tumblers, I think is what he's asking. You use 3D.
You need the full dynamic focus head.
Yeah.
the crazy part is I think it would actually, if it would make sense, it would actually be easy enough if you think about it. If you had a motorized Z-axis, actually motorize the Z-axis as it comes over the curve. I think that would be something that you could actually do, but I haven't seen any features that allow you to do that. So you actually need a dynamic focusing head,
Right.
and those are about 6 times the price of a normal 2D Galvo head.
Part of the big expense of what makes 3D lasers in general so expensive, because that's not even the only thing that you need in order to operate a 3D laser. There's other specialized parts too, if I understand it correctly, and it adds up. They're expensive boys for sure. 9, for whatever reason, seems much more manageable. The squares are much bigger. All right, I've been watching. Wendy wants to know what an STL file is.
Stereolithograph. Help me, Gio.
I was afraid you were going to ask me that.
It's made of triangles. All right. So what does Google say?
Stereolithographic.
Yeah. See, that was off the top of my head. But yeah, so it's basically an amalgamation of a bunch of triangles that create a 3D shape. And especially for 3D printing, it takes that STL file that anyone can make in any kind of 3D program, and it cuts them into slices, and then takes those layers and decides how it's going to lay it out for 3D printing. But for laser files, I don't know what EasyCAD does, but I assume it's of a similar nature.
It'll import it
in reverse, right?
It'll import it into a 3D file, and yeah, I saw Patrick playing with it, and it kind of does it like a slicer, where it has different layers and it changes where it does the lasering to try and get that depth. But maybe it's just something we need to play with more. That the pool that you did wasn't that impressive. Sorry, Patrick.
I think for coins it could be cool, but like a bas relief kind of thing.
Yeah, you forgot the real ones I did, like the fleur de lis and the star and the other things.
Those were
I didn't see those.
Better. I don't think the results were at a place where anybody's imagination was completely set on fire, and driven them to push through the mud to get better results. We probably could.
It's a lot of work.
It's a
manually.
lot of work.
Well,
it's so
Patrick
much work.
knows.
Patrick spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours working on that, and he got halfway. And I just think we all kind of saw it, and we were like, "Oh, like."
There's a Facebook group called Fiber Laser: The Next Level, and those guys are all into the 3D engraving. If people are looking for more information on that,
yeah, that's a good place.
And deep pockets.
And deep pockets. That's right. Matt B says Patrick brings the heat, boy. All right, so I think I've been, again, reading chat. I think we're mostly caught up. 2022, I dropped a couple things. What do you guys have coming up in 2022 that you're super excited about? What are your plans for your businesses? What are your plans for your learning and improving your technical abilities? Do you have any new lasers on the horizon? That kind of stuff. And really, really fast, we're going to throw it directly to Alex. Let's go in order. What do you got coming up? What's on the horizon, man?
Well, with the business, as I've sort of mentioned, I'm getting a 10-watt 3D UV laser. So I put the money down on that a couple weeks ago. So now it should be probably end of February. I'm expecting to get that. It's actually more expensive than my other than my 180 watt CO2 3D laser. So it was a pretty penny, but the service I've gotten on it has been unreal. They sent me all the 3D design files for the rotary it's unbelievable.
Wow.
What they're, people can PM me about that, but CK Laser's been amazing. And then business wise, it's really going to be a lot of development. So this last year I've sort of become the Canadian Yeti person, unfortunately. And, it's good for, getting your sales numbers up. Ultimately, it's not, I haven't found just doing volume Tumblr sales super fulfilling. So in the new year here, I'm going to be shifting a little bit of my business more towards premium corporate gifts. Because what I found is that a lot of clients coming to me saying we have a $200 per person budget, or we have a $X dollar per person budget. and we're looking for like a gift package of some sort, right? So there's some local people, some local companies I'm working with, some Canadian brands that have some unique products. So basically, I'm going to be sort of working with a few different, companies, brands, and stuff like that to start building out sort of like a premium corporate gifting line versus really focusing on like the volume promotional goods sales. And I've also learned a lot about how the promotional goods market works. And there's some good parts to learning that, but really it's unfortunately in a lot of cases it's a race to the bottom, right? And it's tough to compete in that market unless you're providing essentially like massive volumes at really low prices. So you have to sort of really streamline your processes for one product. And then other business stuff, I'm considering whether or not my current space is going to work for me. So I'm in about 1,200 square feet on my main floor and a mezzanine, but I'm considering a retail front, a little bit more of a retail front. And although it doesn't really work with sort of the way I'm doing things, what we've noticed is that we get every day, especially in the, basically November, December, every day, 10, 11 phone calls. Do you do this? Do you have this? Can we come in and look at some things? We want to have things engraved. And really with the way that I'm set up on my back end, I could have essentially sort of a kiosk system that I could have where someone could actually come in, go to a kiosk, look at items, design their items, and then essentially put it into a production queue. So then they could actually even have a production time of that item that they might be able to do, right? Manpower intensive, but it's just something that I haven't really seen anywhere else, and I think that it's something that I'd like to sort of work on.
This is the most Alex Campbell thing I've ever heard.
And it comes with all its own business. Yeah, it comes with all its own business process stuff as well. And then outside of that, I'm really excited about working on some LMA stuff. Actually, Tony and I were chatting back and forth today. We've been working on joint solutions for quieting down CO2 galvo lasers. Because as you know, a lot of you know, my big laser went down for about 2 weeks. And listening to the drone of these 6 server fans going all the time was absolutely painful. So I've actually been working on some mods to quiet that down. Found out that basically you can quiet the noise down to next to nothing, and actually still have the same cooling performance. So I ran some tests today on that, and other than that, really interested in doing some more laser hacky type stuff. I have some really interesting ideas. I think interesting. They could just be crazy. I really want to build a compact laser system. So one of the most difficult things that people you say all the time is that they get these lasers and then it's you have to just piece together from AliExpress and all these places. How do you put a rotary on these things, right? So, and I think that most of us can agree that drinkware is probably one of the most pretty much most people get a CO2 laser. The first thing that they try and engrave is a keychain, and then they try and hook up a rotary with often disastrous results. So I'm just gonna do some experimenting with building a compact tumbler only laser. Essentially a 40 to 60 watt laser system, a glass tube laser, super lightweight head, but a super compact design, nothing that really is out there. Basically only has a rotary in the middle of it, and just a super lightweight head with a 40 watt laser inside that would just basically be engraved tumblers. So that's sort of one of the projects I've been working on my time off. But that's about it for what I'm working on.
So,
I'm looking forward to the briefcase laser.
The briefcase,
carrying it around with a keychain with a handcuffs attached to it. Going into conventions, bodyguards.
But if you think about it, you couple something like that with a fiber laser, and all of a sudden you open yourself up to, no one's going to take a 3-foot tank to a craft show, but if you have that suitcase laser, then it's definitely a possibility, right? And I think that this is possibly another area for discussion, but I think I'd be curious in what you guys think of what the opportunities are in the laser market. So we've seen, I think we've all seen the unexplained popularity of the glow forges is an entry-level laser, but that with the marketing, essentially plop it on your table. If it hasn't broken in shipping, it fires up, and for the most part it's usable, right? But I think that there's a lot of other opportunities.
Do you have an internet connection?
Things in
right.
In a internet connection and design software and stuff like that, because it doesn't handle that. But it's kind of interesting because I think that there is potentially places out there, like how many people are like, oh, I'm buying a, whatever brand, take a total risk, eBay, Amazon laser for X amount of dollars because it can get here in a good amount of time. And then they have a nightmare setting it up and stuff because it just wasn't built properly, wasn't tested, et cetera, right? So I think there's a lot of opportunities out there. I think if someone made a Lightburn based or like a Ruida based laser with like a Glowforge build quality. Actually, sorry, better than Glowforge build quality, but like like a really good quality build quality that's like 1 by 2 foot. I think that there's massive demand out there for something like that. Especially if we can keep it around like $2 grand.
We are right now is like the Mira 5-ish type thing. I think that's like the right direction. I don't think it's quite the size that you're talking about here, but it's like that's the really high end like Ruida style machines, but they could definitely be compacted more. I'd love to see the briefcase rotary laser. That would be super cool for sure.
Yeah. We need to have like a new thing on the channel, like warranty void if removed. do a bunch of laser hacks.
That would be great. At the very least, there's just so much to unpack there. I'm going to move the conversation along, but we need to Alex Campbell 2.0, and just so that we have like another full hour to just sit and like unbox all of those little boxes you just dropped on the table, because there's so much more there to sink our teeth into. So I definitely want to come back to that. Geo?
For 2022, looking to do more with my channel.
Yeah.
Actually do something with the channel.
Yeah.
Business wise, definitely looking to, for right now, it's been more hobby tinkering. I definitely want to grow it. I've got a neighbor down the street that has a 1.5K fiber cutting laser. Mm-hmm. And he was talking to me just before Christmas about doing some collaborations on some stuff. He's had some ideas that he wants to engrave, but his laser won't do the fine detail. So probably going to be working with him and seeing if we can get something cool set up and going there.
Yeah, like a kind of like a partnership deal.
Yeah. And then hopefully get a big tank like what Kyle and Patrick have, and replace my little CO2 laser, get that out of here and get onto Lightburn.
The old full spectrum. It's time to kick it to the curb.
Yes. Actually, I probably keep it for the kids to play with when they get old enough, and maybe side projects that won't, take up the production machine.
Sure.
But yeah, I want to definitely want to get something where I can use Lightburn and something that's much more flexible and do more things with like the power mapping.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you end up with in your space there.
Yeah, it's pretty cramped, so we'll see what I figure out.
Maybe that Mira 5. They're nice. I'm really excited for the 9 to come. I really want to play with it. It's on my mind if you guys can't tell. But the 5s are really small. They're like that big.
My wife wants to do big signs, so when she saw that 60 by 20 sign that Patrick did.
Yeah.
She's like, that's what I want to do. I was like, oh, all right. Well, we need a much bigger laser.
Yeah, cramped or not, you might need a
36 by 60
machine. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. 36 by 60. Yeah. Yep. It was impressive.
Yep. Really cool. JMac?
Yeah,
what's coming down the pipe, man?
Pardon?
Oh, I just said, what's coming down the pipe?
Yeah, I think this year it's going to be a Galvo CO2. I'm kind of going the other way. Everyone's getting a big tank this year, but I'm kind of wanting to get rid of my tank and just have 3 lasers in a row, got my 2 fibers, and then a Galvo CO2. And then everything I do is quite small and compact. Yeah. I'm not too bothered about doing the big signs. So, yeah, I think something like the one you got from Macron would be perfect for me this year. And then just really building on, like we were saying from last year, now that I can do designs and stuff with Adobe, being able to put them into theory, into practice next year and come up with new stuff for our shop and, take it from there. So,
yeah,
pretty much it.
Totally.
You know,
That
just
CO2
taking
galvos.
over.
CO2 galvo is a nice addition to any shop. It's got its uses, even if you're not doing a ton of tumblers. Like you guys have seen, I think a couple times, like I was doing like those little like living edge, like wood placard things. They were like 3 seconds a piece, or like I had like a box of like little like wooden like business card holders, and those were like 7 seconds. They're just so fast, like just
You
face.
can just churn out really fast.
Yeah.
You know, you could sit there with a foot pedal, just tap, tap, tap. You know, and each one's $5, $10. You know, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
Even in the like
Dude.
job shop environment, right, where I'm doing like random things all the time and I don't have like a lean production, people bring me like a weird one-off wooden thing. It would have taken me 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes to do on this. It takes me like minutes to seconds to do on the CO2 galvo, as long as it fits. If it fits on the bed, I mean, it's just so fast. And if I'm charging $50 for like, I mean, a 5-second run, it's just face melting. So yeah, that sounds like a good plan, man.
The tank is 4-inch by 4-inch slate. So I mean, that is just absolutely perfect for a CO2 galvo.
Yeah.
I'd be done in seconds rather than 5 minutes per slate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. 100%.
It makes sense for me.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan, man. Good plan. Let's go. You got a busy 2022 coming up?
Hopefully. Definitely finish off my website, which at the moment is simply a placeholder.
If Tony was here right now, he'd be grimacing.
Yeah, I know. He's already got up me before about it. I literally started the website probably about 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Threw some photos up there and have not touched it since. But basically what I want to try and do is get into some of the small corporate gifts, both for my employer as well as we're doing some for my son's employer. We've been doing a lot for them. They own a bunch of, I'll just say pizza stores in the western area of New South Wales. We have been doing small gifts for staff members there, but I want to try and get into expanding that into other areas. Trying to move. We do sublimation as well, so I've been doing cups, mugs, that sort of stuff, and expand that basically. It's still only a part-time job for me, but I do want to sort of set this up for my retirement in a few years. And if I get the chance, I'd like to get maybe a UV laser. I definitely will be getting a small diode head for one of my 3D printers, just to play with.
Yeah.
That's where I started off way back before the K40. And they were a handy little thing, more just for something to play.
Yeah, why not? They're so inexpensive compared to all of the other lasers that we talk about on a regular basis here.
Oh, yeah.
Why not just get one, right? It's like buying a couple lenses for the fiber.
Yeah.
Yep, totally. Really quick, we just got a super quick question, and it's kind of on topic. Wendy Phillips is asking, CO2 galvo, is it more versatile than a UV laser? I'd probably say no from a materials perspective. I think you can mark more materials with a UV, but it's definitely does not have the speed with that the CO2 galvo has, especially when working with very specifically wood and tumblers. If you want to do wood and tumblers and you want to do them really, really fast, there's nothing that is going to beat a CO2 galvo laser at doing that. But the UV can mark everything. I haven't stuck anything under that hasn't been able to mark yet. We've done like 6 different kinds of plastics. I've done wood, leather. We've done cast and extruded acrylic. I've done brass, aluminum, steel, titanium, and a couple other things too. The UV it marks everything. The thing where you really kind of lose out glass is that for UV, especially on metals, you're just marking the surface. You're not engraving. You're not like removing material from the surface of the stuff. Same thing on most plastics. You're not actually engraving into it. You're just kind of marking the surface. So there's a lot of qualifiers that I won't get into right now because it'll take a long time. Did anybody else have any input on that? Don't let me just blah, blah, blah about it. But I think the UV is if you want to mark the most number of things just right out of the box, mark, not engrave, mark the most number of things right out of the box. I would say the UV, I would consider the more versatile machine.
It's more like annealing with the UV, isn't it? The speed. It's
yeah.
kind of slower.
Yeah.
I think you need to examine exactly what you intend to mark first.
Yeah.
I originally knew that I wanted to do a lot of organics, which is why I got the CO2 tank. And then I decided I wanted to do metal and firearms. So I got the fiber. If you don't have anything and you're just looking for something that can do everything, you could do a UV, but it's going to be expensive. I think that if you know that you want to do cups or you want to do signs or something like that, work backwards from what your business model is or your hobby, your interests.
Yeah.
UV is more like a specialty thing in a lot of cases too.
Yeah, definitely the final of the Holy Trinity. If you're going to buy them in like any particular order, I would say you would get the UV last, which brings me to another question really quick before we get to your 2022, Patrick. And we're going to come right up on that in just a second. But James Shelton is asking, if you were to start over knowing what you know now, what laser would you purchase? They're asking wavelength wise, like fiber, UV, or CO2. If diode's out of the question, I mean, if diode's an option, diode. It's so cheap. Just buy it and you just have it, and you can learn how lasers work without dropping a fortune. If diode is out of the question, and we're talking like serious machines, oh my God, Tony. CO2 is probably still my answer. Probably a gantry CO2 machine, something small like a Ruida, a small Ruida based setup. Learn how to use lasers before spending $1 billion, because I don't know. That's how I start. I started with a CO2. I learned how to do lasers on a CO2. I learned vector editing on a CO2. And I don't think I would change that looking back. Do you guys have any opinions on that?
If I started
with a diode.
Rick, I would start with a CO2.
Yeah.
Yep. So I heard a
for me,
diode from Patrick.
Tank CO2.
Yep. CO2 from Geo, CO2 from Tony, diode from Tacky. Yeah. CO2.
Yeah, I got a diode.
CO2 is a goddamn treat. It's a treat. Trust me. CO2.
I feel like there's so much less to learn with them. Like when
you can be like me, buy a K40 and then never use it, and then go, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and buy a fiber laser. Why not?
Yeah, and then your most recent purchase.
Yes, going back down to a diode laser.
You've gone like full U-turn all the way around.
Exactly.
Tyler's doing donuts in the parking lot over here.
It's like, whatever I need at the time, that's what I'll buy.
If you're starting out, anything that will run that's compatible with Lightburn is my recommendation, because it's versatile. It's really easy to use. It gives you a lot of options. It makes it really easy.
Did you mention that it was really easy to use?
No, it's really easy to use.
It's really easy to use.
Speaking of easy to use, did you guys know about Lightburn?
It is. It's true.
Having said easy to use, I spent a couple of hours last weekend with a friend who had never touched Lightburn.
Oh, I thought this was a mom joke. Thank God.
No. He literally he wants to buy a little 30, 40 watt, somewhere about there, laser. I think I convinced him to a 50 watt.
Yeah.
Hey, Benny, if you're watching. So he literally, within an hour or two, he understood Lightburn. Now he's doing his own designs in Lightburn, importing photos, the whole works. He is that impressed with it, and that was literally one-on-one for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
There are that many videos out there to teach you in depth. It's well worth it.
Yep, absolutely. So hope that answers your question. Really quick. Actually, I'm going to save this question for a minute. Patrick, I want to hear about your 2022. What do you got coming? What's going on? It's coming up for you.
Well, let's see. After the rebranding in September, my wife started to get more. Yes, with more involved with earrings and that kind of thing. So this year, I'm hoping to get more involved with wedding planners and let my wife handle some design work for that part of the business. you'll never believe this, but axes. I'm going to do more axes this year. But I'm going to expand and start doing handles. So I want to start doing axe handles, not just engraving, but hopefully making some axe handles. And let's see, leather. I'm going to start doing leather work. I've already created my first custom leather sheath patterns and created it in Illustrator, and then moved on to Lightburn and used it to cut the leather pattern out. So
we don't need.
Hey, there he is.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
He's
all
back.
good.
We kicked you.
I'll go take a piss then.
There he is. He's back on the screen. Yeah, we are.
And I'm muted. Okay, hi. What's up, guys? How's it going? Sorry for the interruption. Patrick was talking, I think.
Yeah, you can just blame that on my internet if you want to.
One of mine or yours?
Right. Mine.
Oh, okay. Patrick's internet, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know where that cut off, but basically I'm just going to span doing axe handles, leather sheaths, trying to do as much laser work as I can on those items, and bring the wife and get her more involved in the business as well since the rebranding.
Someone's in the shop. Late night.
So my first laser was a diode. I started with the LM2 Pro, and I think I had Lightburn license before I even had the laser. So the first thing I did was watch hours and hours of Lightburn tutorials. So I went from diode, then a fiber, then a tank. So by the time I circled back around to the tank, I knew all the Lightburn tips and tricks, and I was just rock and rolling with the tank right off the bat.
Yeah, and I know that Patrick does not really, he's very humble, but the stuff that he has made, like, I have not seen anything that he has done that I wasn't blown away with. Whether it was the axes or the sign that he did, the stuff that he, like, works on, and, like, I probably see more than you guys do because we DM quite a bit, but every time he does something, like, that is insane how well that turned out. So, like, keep an eye on this guy this year because he's going to be doing more and more crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
He's going to be on TV as well.
Right? Yeah. Like, just in the kind of the connections that he's making is amazing. I mean, obviously for expanding the business, but just the stuff that's just, I'm not going to, I don't know if he announced it, but it's just like, this particular person is going to hold on to my axe for a TV show. And it's like, what? Really?
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
You look very excited with Patrick.
I am.
He shows it. He really does show it.
I do. I keep everything close to the vest.
Stay still.
In the absence of other Alex, Tacky, what are you excited about for 2022?
I'm going to spend as much time as I can continuing to expand the business. Because I'm doing school and work full time, it's kind of, I'm sure you guys are probably familiar. It's more of a time management thing for me. Over the summer when I wasn't in school is when I started, the business. I found Alex's channel. I got involved and I started buying more than what I already had. I had a CNC router that you could put a laser diode on, and I really enjoyed that. I was like, there's potential here. The area that I'm in, near a capital city, there's a lot of business opportunity. I need to expand by getting good business connections. There are quite a few gunsmiths around. I've talked to wedding planners a little bit. Interesting that Patrick was talking about it because, at least with COVID, in the eventuality that we return to some sort of normal where we're doing outside and gathering together, weddings, the amount of like personalized gifts and party favors. I feel like it's a pretty big untapped market in general. At least where I'm at, I haven't really found too much other than the generic stuff. So doing that, getting more of a presence on things like Etsy and social media. My wife wants to be involved as well, and she's doing a lot of resin work, doing resin casts, and just it's her first time getting involved with that too. She's creative, just not in the same ways that I am. So I want to do stuff together. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm hopeful to do, and we'll just see how far I get. We'll do a recap next year, and we'll see if I did anything.
That sounds cool, man.
Sorry, Alex. Thank you for taking the reins for a second. My landlord was here. It was like it was about the new. It's about the new space downstairs, which you guys have heard about.
Oh, you're about to get kicked out, man.
No, we're about to get another 1,000 square feet, which I'm very excited about. It's one of my 2020.
You forgot to pay rent. Damn, I got you. We got you collectively.
So, Tony, really quick, talk to me about how it is ignoring an entire dinner party.
Man, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in. Well, they understand.
Do you want to throw your 2 cents in about what you're excited about in 2022 going forward, real quick?
Yeah. Hey, take off on etched ideas. Just focus a little bit more on that. I ain't gonna lie. When I got my fiber, I kind of slacked. Even my real job. Oh, please, if you
we know that
me, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I just incriminated myself. I did slack, but it caught up to me. I paid for it, and now it's time to sleepless nights and get etched ideas off. So first started with a fiber, then CO2, a tank, and then a galvo, and then, I don't know, we'll get something else, like a handheld fiber or something for something. I don't know what. We'll see.
For something. Tony's not sure, but for something. That's good, dude. That's good. That's a good plan. The sleepless nights, I think, are something all of us have in common.
Oh, yeah. I had it. I'm about to have it more. So
nice. Kyle, Mr. New Machine over here, dude. You've got to be just like brimming with stuff for 2022, man. What is coming up for you?
I'm hoping it's going to be a busy year. I'm still getting my product portfolio set up, but I'm looking into getting an e-commerce site set up. Get some Zakiki support for custom items set up. It's I don't even know where to start, but there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Primarily in the next
talk to Alex Campbell,
sorting out products, but
yeah, that's awesome. Your engine's just warming up, dude. You've got like so much coming your way. Really quick, I do just see a chat message that I want to respond to before we wrap up with Tyler. Joseph Alexander is asking, are there any sites out there that can help me get in the ballpark on finding the settings for us for different materials, and I can go from there? I seen a fiber site, but no CO2 Galvo site. Well, I know that there's like, what is it, fiberlasersettings.org or something, but I don't think they have
fiberlasersettings.org.
Yeah, I don't think they have CO2 Galvo stuff. If you want, I'll just take this brief opportunity to plug the LMA. You can go sign up for the LMA. That's the Laser Master Academy. Very, very, very early 2022. We're adding our CO2 Galvo parameter library, and it's going to start. It's going to start really small, just like the fiber laser one did, but it's going to grow over time. Every month, we're going to try to add new settings to that, and it helps support the channel. So if you want to support the channel and you want to get access to those, go sign up for the LMA. You can find out all about it over at masters.lasereverything.net. We've got hours and hours and hours of bonus live streams, bonus episodes of the podcast. If you enjoy the podcast, we've got bonus episodes with all of our various guests and hosts on there as well, in a really, really awesome tight-knit community. Like I was mentioning earlier, we just hit 850 members, which is amazing. So that would be something that I would recommend to you. But I don't know of any websites off the top of my head where you can just go grab CO2 Galvo parameters. They're pretty... They're not as widespread and democratized as fiber lasers, so there's not going to be as many resources out there. You guys don't know of anything like that, do you?
No.
So that's where you would go and check that out.
Alex is on the bleeding edge of this stuff, and he's putting in the time so that you guys don't have to. It's absolutely worth, the paltry sum, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. So go check out the LMA. And Tyler, what's up, man? You got that brand spanking new diode laser. You ready to rock and roll 2022?
Oh, I need to get a tank this year. I need to get at least something CO2. Like the K40 is not big enough for the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do the LED signs. I think they do really good up here.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of people up here that do laser things in general. Like there's a couple places. There's one up in Fairbanks, Alaska that does like bowls. It's literally just a bowl place, like wooden bowls. And they have a 3D CO2 laser that will literally etch the bowl with whatever you want in it. That's really the only place that I know of, other than just like a couple hobby people. But yeah, mostly people just do like tumblers, and it's not even custom ones. They just have their own designs. They take them to shows and put them on display and sell them. But I want to be able to open my market up, because right now, just having the fiber and then having the small diode laser, not really, the best of both worlds per se. So as most of us know anyway, getting one of those CO2 tanks up here to Alaska is probably going to be pretty difficult. I'll probably end up having to go down to the lower 48 and buying it, or have it shipped to like somewhere like Seattle and then physically drive one up for a U-Haul.
Yeah.
Well, how much longer are you going to be in Alaska? I'm thinking of moving day.
Oh, it'll be 3 years, so I've still got a good while yet.
Yeah, that's
You definitely sell it for a profit at that point.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or it's coming with me, one of the two.
You're gonna be
I do not want to move my stuff.
You're gonna be one of 3 people in Alaska that has a CO2 laser, so there should be plenty of business for you up there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, that's the 2022 coming up from the staff, and I'm sure you're going to hear about all of these various projects and advancements on the Discord server. I just plugged the LMA. I'm going to plug the Discord server again, because I'm sure that the 46 of you watching are different than the 50 that were watching when we started. If you're not already a member of the Discord server, go sign up. It's absolutely free. You can talk to all of these people and extract all of the really juicy, amazing information that they have compacted inside their heads. So go sign up for that. There's a link down in the description. I don't know. That's it. That's all I've got planned. That doesn't mean we have to stop, but we can kind of just like, I don't know. What I'll say is, how long have we been going? An hour 32. So for the last half hour, I'm going to say reckless abandon with the laser themed stuff. I just want to talk to you guys. What's up? Hey,
Well, before you do that,
Oh, okay.
I know we had a question that you skipped.
Oh, did I?
Asking, yeah, you said you wanted to finish out the 2022.
Shit, yeah.
I think it was a question of.
Bounce, unfortunately.
All right.
I'll look for it.
Okay.
Oh, give me a minute. I'll look for it.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yep, I'll be on a little bit later too, so we can get caught back up on everything. Sorry to bounce it, but
is Tyler
my
taking
wife's
off?
obviously, yeah, my wife's sick, as we all know. So
No worries, dude.
Right.
Best.
Hope she's feeling better, Tyler.
Yep.
Alrighty, you guys have a good one.
Take care, man.
I'll be watching.
Best wishes, man.
I'll be to watch.
Okay.
Wait, who the fuck's leaving?
See you, dude.
I'm leaving.
What, man? Bye.
Bye, Tony.
Man, I'm over here about to get in trouble and shit, and he's leaving. Like, you know what, man? Whatever.
Tony's always in trouble.
That's all right.
All
Hey,
I can find
just
is a
sleep in the
comment
garage, which
about. All I can find is a comment from jmac about how I've engraved a butt plug.
No, it was definitely before that. I think it was what could be done with a MOPA besides coloring stainless, if there was any benefit to it.
That's right. And I was going to pitch that question to you. That's exactly what it was.
So with my experimenting, the nice thing about a MOPA is you can adjust the pulse width, which allows you to have more power at a higher frequency, or more impact on the material at a higher frequency. I'll explain that in the video, and I've got some examples. I don't think. Let me see. They got moved. I had some sample cards where I was doing different parameters. It was the same power, frequency, and speed, but with different pulse widths. I had one that was a fixed pulse width at 200 nanoseconds, and then I had another one which matches the LPE sources that you have, Alex, or I think most everyone has for JPT. And then I did some where I adjusted the pulse width according to the frequency charts that I have for my MOPA, and I was able to get a good mark at much higher frequencies than a 200 nanosecond pulse.
Nice.
So you could definitely speed up your process. I think I got up to 8 times faster.
Wow.
As far as mark speed.
Yeah, just for like general usage marks, not necessarily colors.
Right, yeah, and that's for marking anodized aluminum. So I was taking the anodize off. I got up to, I think, 8 times the speed of what you typically use for your aluminum white.
Dude, I'm so excited for Maker Theory. It's gonna be good stuff.
Hey, can you explain real quick frequency? The higher is what? Tighter dots, I guess, right?
So real quick, your frequency is how much you're dividing up the power. So if you have a 30-watt laser, you're running at 100%, and you're running, say, 1,000 kilohertz, or sorry, 1 kilohertz, which is 1,000 cycles. You're dividing that 30 by 1,000. If you bump it up to 20, you're now dividing it by 20,000. So the amount of power per pulse goes down. If you change your pulse width, it's changing how quickly that power comes out. So instead of, like a pressure washer, you have a little bit of water coming out, but it's under a high pressure and it comes out really fast, and it can make a big divot in the ground. Well, that's kind of what you're doing with, as far as I understand it. I'm probably explaining it wrong because I'm not a laser engineer, but as I understand it and how I've played with it and gotten it to react with materials, that's kind of the way I'm envisioning it. The shorter pulse width is kind of pressurizing the power, if you would, in a layman's terms, and it allows it to have a harder impact by creating a higher peak pulse power, where it gets into the math. I'll explain it better in the episode, but
I just see all the numbers is rolling around. Yeah.
For sure. I didn't miss any other questions, did I?
I think you got hit on all of them.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Derek confirmed now that was his question. So hope that helps, Derek. Keep an eye on Maker Theory. Go subscribe if you haven't already. There's a link down in the description. Hopefully Gio will have that out in short order for us so we can all learn, including me, about these complicated things that we way oversimplify on Laser Everything. If Laser Everything is the how to get shit done, Maker Theory is definitely, I think, going to be more the like why the things you do to get shit done work. So I'm really excited because that's
my goal.
Ultimately, the better you understand how things are working, the better you'll be able to get shit done. So we'll both be able to kind of grow off that. So I'm really, really, really excited for that first episode for sure. Tacky, are you going back to school soon? How long do you have left on your break?
I have 2 weeks before classes start again, but I'm hoping it'll be a little bit easier. I'm just now getting into the groove of not having to do anything I don't want to.
This man looking like Castaway.
Yeah.
You guys didn't miss me. It's okay.
Hopefully I can get you on another podcast or two before you fall into the void.
I see a question. This will probably be better for you, Alex, or so what about steps per millimeter in EasyCAD, not speed per millimeter? I've never seen that.
Speed per millimeter? I'd have to look. I'd have to look. I need it in front of me.
I've never seen
I don't know.
speed per millimeter.
I think steps per millimeter is a setting that you would set if you were not using the steps per rotation for some reason, like distance per. I think that might be what that's referring to, which I've never ever used. I've always used steps per rotation in EasyCAD settings for like stepper motor kind of stuff. So I'm not super familiar with it. That's a Discord question. Let's get that one on the Discord with maybe like some screenshots. I need a visual on that. A lot of these questions I need I have to see it. There was a guy, this is a really funny story, who will remain unnamed. I told him it's not a big deal. We all have to learn. But it was fun. The solution was funny. So basically he's like, I can't, my laser's not marking. I can't Z mark. I can't mark metal. Just nothing was working at all for him. And I was racking my brain for hours trying to figure out why this guy's laser wouldn't work. And eventually I was just like, dude, I really just need you to send me some screenshots, or a video of the laser running, anything, just send me something. I need to see it. And he pulled it up, a couple screenshots of his EasyCAD setup. And he was using all of the parameters from the LM8 library. He had everything perfectly in focus, but all of his units were in standard instead of metric. so his line distance was 0.025 inches instead of millimeters.
Oh.
and I was like, dude, just change, you have to change to metric if you want to use those parameters instead. It was such an easy fix. And it happened instantaneously when he sent me screenshots. So if you ever have any questions on the Discord, I'll always try to include screenshots because little things like that could solve very big problems very quickly.
Another similar thing I actually had happen to myself. I was marking something and all of a sudden it stopped marking and I couldn't figure out why. And I had double clicked on the parameter up in the top right corner and it turned the pen off.
Yeah, off. I've done that plenty of times.
I can't tell you how many times I've done this. Why does this stop marking? Oh, because I turned the pen off.
It's grey, not yellow.
I'm very stubborn about using pens. I just don't like using pens. So I avoid it at any opportunity. Unless I absolutely have to use pens, I will not use them. So I actually haven't had that issue yet. So I'm glad that you said that because I will look for that now as a potential fix if I have that problem. For sure. Easy says, love MOPA. Can't wait for you to get your hands on a MOPA laser. And we have the 60 watt M7 coming. Hopefully soonish.
I'm so jealous.
I'm not.
Aren't we all?
I'm horrified. I don't want to mess with that. I can barely understand power, frequency, and speed as it is. I don't want to throw pulse width into it.
Quick, what's MOPA mean, Alex?
I don't know.
You failed.
Master
oscillator power amplification.
I always forget the power amplification. That's what it stands for. I still don't know what it means.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. That's
Maker Theory.
Maker Theory. Right.
Coming very soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Matt B says, dude, I freaked myself out once when I was working on something outside of the 110 millimeter square and forgot to move it back in. When I would outline it, it would just be a straight line. Yikes.
It's understandable.
I think that if you're not using it, there's a setting to give you that 110 millimeter box so that you can actually see where the limits are. You can turn that off. Have you guys ever seen that? Somebody loads up EasyCAD and it's just a flat white workspace and that's it. You can turn all those little grids and squares and outline boxes. You can turn them all off.
Oh yeah.
Seen people using.
I have no grid on mine.
I'm how are you using? Not even just the grid. I mean, just the shadow box, all of it, so that it's just a flat infinite workspace. And I'm I don't know how you've ever used this laser before. Matt B says MOPA equals more optic problems, asshole.
That's That's pretty close.
That's accurate. I feel that is how I feel about it as well.
It's easy once you figure out, set it to 200 for the pulse width, and then you can work with Alex's stuff. Once you get comfortable, then you can start exploring your different pulse widths.
Yeah, totally. That's probably exactly what I'm going to do. Or I'm just going to cry and never unbox the crate. There's both of those are on the table. That's optional.
You
Just send it over.
Just send it.
Yeah.
Send it to Arizona. I'll be happy to take
I'll
it.
just close my eyes and touch a Brady Bunch
Listen,
square.
no, it'll be closer to. It'll be cheaper if you send it to Texas, because I'm closer.
Let's play the who's closer game.
Oh, don't
Kyle.
do that. Don't do
Dang
I
it,
think that's
Kyle
me.
wins.
So here's an interesting
From the
thing.
manufacturer, though, probably to me.
The so I've learned something interesting recently. I don't think I've told all of you guys this yet, but when I get a laser from a company to like review or show on the channel or whatever, that counts as income for the value of the laser, which is bad.
Yep.
That's very bad. That's a very big tax bill. So in 2022, when companies send me lasers to review, unless it does something wildly different than what I am already capable of in the shop, we will be giving it away. So there will be laser giveaways on the Laser Everything channel in 2022. I'm talking about like $5,000 lasers. So, buckle up for that. Just a side note. 'Cause I can't keep all these machines.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta get a new office space just to hold them all.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we talked on a podcast about this or not, Alex, but you were toying with the idea of flying out to some manufacturers and like doing some tours and stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think that is to happen next year?
I think third or fourth quarter 2022, there's a decent chance. It all comes down to COVID. I have a 6 month, or not even 6 month, I have a 6-week-old baby at home. So we are taking precisely 0 chances with COVID. She can't get sick. She's not vaccinated. We just don't want that to happen. So I'm not going anywhere that requires a plane, especially until that is resolved, whether she gets vaccinated first or COVID kind of like tempers down a little bit. The faster and more effectively the Omicron situation is resolved, the higher those chances will go. It's a big priority for me. I want to go visit all of you guys and a ton of our viewers. There's a guy, New Jersey Steel Baron, I think. He just joined the LMA the other day, and he works on like aircraft parts, and he bought a fiber laser just to like put his logo on like aircraft parts. And he was like, you should come down and hang out. It'd be a great time. Like, I didn't even ask. He just like wants me to like go visit his like aircraft shop. Said I could film the whole time, like walk around, like film his, like that kind of stuff I want to do, and like just talk to like people that aren't like necessarily just sitting here on like their lasers all day, but like are running a business and using lasers in their business. Like that kind of stuff. I want to like get that on camera and like bring that to people. I feel like that would be immensely not only useful, but just like straight up entertaining to watch for people that like lasers. So that and then there's another guy that I'm supposed to go out. His name is Doug. He lives out by I don't know, was it Epilogue? The Epilogue facility or something like that. Said he could get us in to do a little walk around. Aeon Laser
Remember you saying that.
Invited me out to their facility so that we can go check out what they're doing out there and see what they've got going on, kind of like their production end of things. So manufacturers, yes, but even more so like just the like people, like kind of like how we do on the podcast now, where we just like bring in like random people. We're just like, hey, you're a Discord member that qualifies you, and you're a podcast guest now, like that, but like in person, like with their machines, in their workshops, in their businesses. I just think that'd be a blast. I think that would be like
a etchified trip.
Yeah. I'm saying ULS is just down the street. Well, about 30 minutes away from me is the ULS's headquarters.
Yeah. We'll have to come in and maybe do something there too. Maybe like a little like collab hangout sesh with ULS or something. I don't know. So, it's on the map, dude. It's not something I'm just going to give up on. I just don't know if it's going to happen like right now. My main focus for early 2022 is going to be getting converter software set up that is extremely effective at converting parameters from laser source to laser source, especially for fiber lasers. There's a really big need for that right now. And Gio and I are kind of working on something along those lines.
Yep.
That needs to be done very early on. And then I need to set up, I've got Kajabi needs to be set up because people keep asking about like coaching or like consulting calls or something. So I need to just like set up a system for like an hourly rate where I'll just like hang out on a video call with people and just walk them through their specific situation because people keep asking about it. I don't think it's going to be like a big thing, but it needs to be put into place. And then the guest episodes and courses with you guys, having the staff come on and do, like those kind of guest episodes and getting courses set up, very specific courses about specific things that people want to master. That is going to be really important for me, like early 2022 as well. And then like, the new space, we got a new studio I need to put together, and I'm kind of off on a tangent, but there's just a lot to do. It's a long-winded explanation. Wendy says,
well, you answered the question though, so
I guess.
Yeah.
Wendy Phillips says Australia is on her bucket list. So maybe
Mine too.
Lithgow will have a visitor. I'm good. I've seen your bugs. I'm good on that.
You've just got to, as I said, it's a fun place if you ignore the whole everything wants to kill you.
Yeah, I'd much rather hang out
some
with
things
Alex
can't,
up in the snow.
but yeah, they want to.
Yeah, it's cold up here.
I want to go hang out with jmac in Scotland.
Yeah,
That sounds
we need to do a
beautiful
LaserCon,
place.
right? LaserCon 2023.
yeah.
So I just have a question to throw to the group in general. So I know that like obviously like laser everything has been a lot of settings and how to engrave different materials. But as you guys are sort of scrolling through the Discord, what do you guys sort of notice are the biggest sticking points for people in different areas, right? So like I pay a lot of attention to like tumblers, for instance, and like the different defects that can happen in like tumbler engraving and stuff. But like, what do you guys notice are like the biggest like startup and newbie things? And it could be like different materials or equipment or business stuff. Like what do you guys see are the biggest sort of stumbling blocks that you're encountering?
The firearm
Right.
section has a lot of people playing with the P80 polymers and PMags and trying to figure that out. I think that's probably another big one. Not that we want to focus on that necessarily, but I do see a lot of questions in there, especially when people are playing with the P80 mags or the P80 lowers.
Not even just P80s, but like plastics in general. People always come into the Discord and they're like, where can I find the plastic settings for my fiber laser? And I'm like,
Same thing with MOPA colors.
Right.
That's another one that's been big lately.
Mm-hmm.
One of the bigger things I'm seeing a lot with equipment stuff people get hung up on, especially when they're new or they're not used to like the startup procedure on their setup, is why isn't my laser firing on my gantry? And if you have a flow switch, it's usually because your chiller is off, or you didn't make sure that all 2 or 3 switches on the front of the laser are enabled, or you have a 3-way switch, key switch, and you turned it the wrong way. But that's just what I remember seeing a lot of in the last month or two when it comes to why isn't my...
Yeah.
I can see
Well, your mirror's
Yeah.
on the line.
On the gantry, I was just gonna say that. On the gantries, the mirror alignment, I think one of the biggest things that I've seen is that you can tell right away, because if people have it at close, so like if mirror 1 and mirror 2 are close, and you can't get it lined up there, you need to move your mirror mounts. And I think that's probably like one of the biggest underexplained things. And just about every time, so I've like there's a Canadian laser engraver group, and I've been known as like the mirror alignment guy, and I've spent countless hours helping people align their mirrors, and 9 times out of 10, you reach the conclusion like right away. You're like, oh, actually, your mirror mounts need to be moved. It's not like you can't fiddling with the knobs is not going to make this work right. So
yeah, it's a bit scarier having to actually move the physical hardware versus what it tells you. But you know, you want to be perfect with your equipment, so you have to go a deeper dive.
JMac, I think I heard you pipe up with one. Did you have one?
Yeah.
JMac's drunk.
Lost it?
Forgotten what it was now.
I have a big one. People always message me and they're like, my fiber laser will not mark. I've done everything perfectly and it won't mark. And the issue is always that they bought a 20 or 30 watt laser, and with it they were sold a 200 millimeter lens or a 300 millimeter lens. Yeah. And I'm just like, that's your problem. Try a 110. My guidelines for buying machines, fibers specifically, but this kind of applies to CO2 and it definitely applies to UV, is 20 to 30 watts. Like you're maxing out at 175 at best. Maybe you could eke something out of a 200, maybe. But if you really want to go over 175, you need a 50 watt laser, at least. You know, maybe a 60 watt, like a 60 watt M7 or an 80 watt M7 for really effective use of 300 millimeter lenses. 20 watt lasers don't run 300 millimeter lenses. They just don't. You just, the dot is like this big. You just can't do it. And we're gonna, I'm really gonna hammer that home. One of the very, 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 very top videos that I need to make in 2022 is just the which fiber laser to buy in 2022 video, and I'm gonna rail that like really hard because apparently I missed that the first time around. But that's a huge consideration, and it screws a lot of people up big time. Same thing on the UV. You know, 3 to 5 watts. You're working under, you know, 150 to 175. If you want to go bigger than that with the UV, you really need like a 10 watt or a 15 watt UV laser, which is obscenely expensive. And then the other thing that, of course, I learned from Alex was that with a CO2 galvo laser, if you want fiber laser style performance out of that dot, you absolutely need at least a 20 millimeter head. And a 4/6x beam expander at the minimum. Otherwise, your dot size is just not even going to be remotely close to what you're getting out of a fiber laser. And like me, you guys all saw the live stream. I was very upset when I unboxed it. So, you know, just dot size in general and like lens considerations is like a really big one that I see all the time and answer regularly. Just everybody getting stuck. They're unpacking their lasers and it's just not working because their lens is just too big.
Yeah, in the Galvo CO2 group, that's actually probably one of the big wins is that I noticed that pretty much everyone that's buying Galvo CO2s knows now that they need to go for a 20 millimeter head. And it's pretty complex and it's counterintuitive that bigger beam size going in makes for a smaller spot size coming out, especially if you spent a lot of time watching Sarbar Multimedia. Which he has his own lens theory. He calls it Russ's lens theory, and it's good information. But let's just say on my short list, I have my spare 4x beam expander that I'm gonna try mounting up in my tank over the next little while too, to see if that'll do anything. So
that'll be cool.
Yeah, I want updates on that because I too have a spare 4x beam expander sitting in my desk drawer behind me. I'd love to stick that in front of a CO2 tube. That would be really cool.
Do you need bigger mirrors with the beam expander?
Oh, because it's 3 or 4, like 3 millimeters, roughly 4 millimeters coming out. So 4x should take it up to about 16. I've got 25 millimeter mirrors. So okay. I think the challenge is actually going to be with the larger beam. It's just going to be, am I going to be able to align it?
Right.
But a lot of the RF lasers, so like a Trotec, uses a beam expander. So, which is kind of an interesting thing, right? So it's like,
yeah, that's very interesting.
Something to look at.
Yeah, totally. Very cool. Any other big snags out there that you guys see people running into a lot on like Discord or?
The
Yeah.
rotary mark seems to be
Shit.
big.
Yeah, rotary mark. The plugins in general, people get broken plugins all the time. If you have a plugin that's not working the way that it's supposed to be working, ask me for a replacement because I have all of the plugin files and I just zip them up and send them to people. There's been at least 20 people this week that have messaged me saying project mark doesn't work or rotary mark doesn't work, and I literally zip up the corresponding plugin file and just send it to them and tell them to replace it, and it instantly fixes it. I think the plugin files have corruption issues, so that's a good one, Gio. Yeah.
The rotary mark with the hatch settings is a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to dial in like a rotary mark with like a 5mm, line, interval or whatever. But I've never got it to work in a production environment. So I found the only one that works on rotary mark is a small multiple of my hatch spacing. So if I use a 0.04 hatch space, I'll use a 0.2 interval, which speeds it up considerably over matching them. But yeah, going for like a big split, because you have to tune it for every single diameter, and I've never got it to work very well.
It's not going to work right, Alex. It's hard.
Yeah. Hatch patterns are a big one too. Like, don't ever cross hatch on your rotary because it does. You do them in line with the rotation. So if you're rotating on like the Y, you want your lines moving the same direction, the like top and bottom of the cup are facing. And then if you cross hatch that and you're going against the angle of rotation, it's going to do the line across, and then it's going to do 100 little tiny crosshatch lines and then rotate and do the next line across, and then 100 little. It slows people down so much. And there are also other hatch settings that just like straight up won't work. Like your laser just won't fire. It won't even try. I think snake is one of them, where like if you try to do like a snake fill, the optimized snake fill with a rotary on EasyCAD, it just literally will not fire. And that's like caught a lot of people up recently too. So another thing to look out for. I see that one a lot too. Wow. Where are we? I don't even know. Can't keep both of them. Oh, 2 hours. Look at that. Well, are you guys good?
We did it.
I'm good. We did it. Everybody seems good. Let's see. 44 of you guys are left. You've made it to the end. Congratulations. You get a cookie. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Your princess is in another castle.
For 2 hours. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching, not just this, but everything. Thank you for being amazing Discord members. Thank you for supporting the channel and the community and the podcast on the Laser Master Academy. Thank you for all your encouraging comments. 10K in 5 months is still just like blisteringly fast, and I'm still personally getting used to it. But you guys have made it just so easy. We have such a non-toxic community. And I love that. Like, it never, ever gets old. And I'm just super duper grateful for it every day. I'm super duper grateful for you guys, for all of the work that you put in for free, hours, literal hours, and hours of your time that you're giving to me and to everybody else that's a member of this community. It really sincerely means a lot to me, and I'm really grateful that I know all of you guys, and I'm really grateful that I get to call you my friends. So, thanks. Trying not
Thank you, man.
Not gonna get emotional.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm crying. I'm crying a little bit.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Crying.
We've all got really, really busy years coming up. Laser Everything is going to be doing a ton of really, really cool, new, exciting stuff. There's even some stuff, we've talked about a lot of stuff that we're adding, a lot of stuff that's coming today, and still on top of that, there's stuff that we haven't talked about that's coming. So there's just so much to look forward to. So don't go anywhere. Stay here. If you haven't already, please go sign up for the Discord. It costs nothing. You will learn everything. You will make good friends. And you'll improve your business. You'll improve your hobby. you'll improve your laser skills. Again, it doesn't cost anything. There's a link down in the description. If you're not already and you want to step it up from Discord, sign up for the Laser Master Academy. It supports the channel. It supports the podcast. It supports all of the communities that we manage. I do this full time now. So my wife starts next week. Can't wait to train Miranda. That'll be some good laser everything content. My wife starts next week, and once she's trained up, like just 100% of my time will just be channel stuff. I won't be running the shop anymore. I'll just be producing the channel for you guys. So that's thanks to the LMA members. So if you want to be one of those members that financially supports the show so that I can keep doing it full time, go check it out. It's masters.lasereverything.net. There's a bunch of bonus goodies in there for you, like hours and hours and hours of bonus live streams, bonus episodes of the podcast, just like this one. So if you want to listen to more of that, go ahead and go check that out. We're going to do like a little, like 30, 40 minute. I'm sure a couple of you guys will be hanging out after the show. We'll probably do a little bonus live stream.
I've got nothing better to do.
Not live stream, recorded LMA bonus episode for you. And a bunch of other stuff. There's just like so much stuff in there that I've just stopped keeping track in my little list. So go check that out too. If you want to follow any of these guys in their pursuit of happiness, go check out the description, because I've linked all of their preferred like social media pages or websites or Instagrams or YouTube channels, Geo. They're all linked down in the description, so you can go check that out. And if you want to talk to them again, they're all on the Discord. These are my staff members, so they are always on there answering people's questions and helping out. So you can pick their brain about anything you heard while you were listening to the show as well. Really, really quick, Alex, you're a Laser Everything staff member now, so we're going to be seeing you more often on the show, which I'm really, really excited about. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that. Geo episode by the end of the year.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Because everybody else underneath me right now is going to be glaring at you constantly until that's published. So we're very excited.
Yes.
Everybody's bloodthirsty for it. I'm rambling on. Does anybody else have anything they want to plug or say or do before we wrap this up?
Don't forget merch. Don't forget merch.
There's merch. There's a link.
You have got it in the list there.
LaserEverything.net. Good?
Don't settle on a cheap burger.
Don't settle on a cheap burger. Go to Five Guys.
Yeah.
Five Guys is better than In-N-Out. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode of the Laser Source podcast. I've had an amazing 2021 with you guys, and I cannot wait for 2022. So let's march into the new year together. Let's master our lasers, and as always, I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.